Well, it's a bit of a late start for us here at Prideland's Eco Training, but we found something quite cool, something that we don't always get to see. That was a black-backed jackal. My name is Taylor McCurdy, and on camera with me today is Sebastian Rombi, and we are always excited to be out here because there's been lions roaring, we've had leopard tracks, but we haven't found them yet. But hopefully we're going to find them. I thought that when we saw the jackal, it was a good opportunity to, I suppose, start our morning for the search of predators. Anyways, so the jackal is very camouflaged, as you can see. It's just on the right of your screen. There you go, now it's in the center frame. And it's just sat down. When we arrived, it was walking around, and it actually defecated on a pile of elephant dung, which is quite funny and typical of the jackals. They like to defecate on other things, normally on rocks or logs or elephant dung, and they've got to be higher up than everybody else. But now it is just sitting around here. Now, it does look a bit like a fox, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking. It is not a fox. And they are one of our little scavenging animals, so kind of like a hyena, but just like a hyena, they also do a lot of hunting. And at this time of the year, there'll be rodents that they can eat and scrub hairs and things like that. But I thought that maybe why it was moving through this area is that there's a lot of ground-dwelling birds that have got eggs at the moment, and they have got a very keen sense of smell. Will probably be able to sniff out all the eggs. But for now, just curled up in a ball. It's actually got a little bit colder as the sun starts to rise. You can see how it's pulled its tail all the way around itself, and I'm sure at some point it'll tuck its head in between its legs and maybe just have a siesta. It won't sit out here for the entire day, though. When it gets hotter, a little bit later, it'll have to go find a nice shady spot or a bush just to tuck itself under. And it's unusual just to see the one. I thought that we would maybe see two of them because they normally live in pairs. But another exciting thing that we can keep an eye out for is that it is breeding season for these jackals. So the other one might be at a den somewhere with some young puppies. So now that I've seen this one here, I'm going to keep an eye out and make a concerted effort to try and follow them. Because if we can see jackal puppies, goodness gracious, you will do lots of oohs and ahs. They're so cute, but not doing much right now. But remember, this is a live and interactive safari, so we want to hear from you. And maybe this is your first time seeing a jackal, so let us know. Have you ever seen anything that looks like this before? You can hashtag CGTN wild or hashtag wild earth with any of your questions and comments. But look at that camouflage though, isn't that wonderful? Thank you very much, Patrick. I was waiting for someone to ask, where do the jackals den? So normally they'll use little burrows under the ground. If there's an abandoned termite mound, maybe something like a warthog or an aardvark or a porcupine, maybe they've been using it before, they'll use something like that. Otherwise, just like dogs, they're very good at digging. They've got not very sharp claws, but they've got quite strong claws, and they can pretty much use any tiny little burrow. Here, I haven't seen a jackal den before, so I don't know what their preferred den site would be. There's lots of fallen trees around here, so they could use something like that with a burrow going underneath it. There are many, many opportunities. Can you hear the birds calling? Go away, birds. See how that jackal immediately pricked its ears up? Another useful tool is knowing what jackals sound like and their calls, and also knowing that they like to follow big predators around. So if you ever see a jackal running down the road, it might be worth following them for a bit. Or if you hear one making a strange howling, screeching noise in the night, go and have a look. It might have pointed out or found a leopard, and then we'll let everyone else know. But I don't think that the birds are saying anything important because there wasn't much reaction from this little jackal. Just going to sleep now. So it's been busy all night long. But if it's a nice cool day, they might be active during the day as well.